Hey, welcome. Mike McMillan here, and thanks for stopping by my video. What I want to do today is talk about what I call a heuristic process for creating YouTube videos, okay? And so that word heuristic, well, what does that mean? Well, a heuristic process is sort of a learning process where you learn by doing, okay? And we all learn by doing, but it's a little different because a lot of times, for example, if you're building a house and you have a blueprint, it says, do this, make a foundation, put some studs up, put a roof on, put some drywall in, step by step by step, something like that. But a more heuristic process would be, in this case, creating a YouTube video, and especially if you're a new YouTuber, in your very first video, I think that this will help you. So what I mean by a heuristic process, I mean it's learning by doing. So when you create your first video, okay, it may not be the best video in the world. It probably won't be. I know mine wasn't. But the idea is, especially if you're a new YouTuber, it's like, okay, so I've got an idea for my first video, but then what? Then what'll I do? I want to make a new video every day, every week, every month, whatever. And what I refer to as a heuristic process is to go ahead, create your first video or your 10th video, whatever, and then when you're done, look at it. Because if you've made a good video, you should be able to pick out 3 or 4 points in that video and say, hey, this part is really cool. I think I could make an entire new video just from that one point. And you may have 4 or 5 points that come up like that. See what I mean? So let me give you an example. We're going way back on the Wayback Machine here, but I was a high school chemistry teacher at Inner City High School for almost 20 years. And 2 years before I quit, and I was only about 36 years old or something like that. I don't know when I quit. I don't know. But I wrote a little booklet, and it was only like 40 or 50 pages, and I got it made at an office supply store, and I had it ring bound or GBC bound, but kind of like ring bound. And I started selling that for, I think it was $14.95. And it sold like crazy. And it was called 52 Ways to Liven Up the Chemistry Class. It was actually called, Are You Playing with a Full Deck? 52 Ways to Liven Up the Chemistry Classroom. Okay. And it sold like crazy. And I was selling it by mail, printed books. I was mailing them out from my house. And I sold it to high school chemistry teachers. I got a list, and I'm selling it out and stuff. So then I thought, Mike, really, you have a lot more ideas than these 52 ideas. So I sat down and I wrote a new book that same year. And this is about, probably, I'm guessing now, I think it was 186 pages. We'll say it was 200 pages. But instead of 52 Ways to Liven Up a Chemistry Classroom, this was, I called it a demo a day or a demonstration a day. And it had 185 cool demonstrations in it that teachers could use and amaze their kids. They were really cool demos. And the way that I got that is I took my book that I created, my first book, my 52 Ways book, and I went through and almost every demonstration I had in there, I would look at it and say, hey, I could take this small part of this paragraph or this page and make an entirely different demo, kind of related to that one, but different. And that's where the heuristic process comes in. It's learning by doing. As you do something, you uncover more ideas. And that's what you can do on YouTube. Every time you make a video, you should come up with 3 or 4 more ideas for other videos. And eventually, you'll end up with dozens or maybe hundreds of videos. So what I'm saying is don't worry about, especially when you're starting out, what can I make my next video about? It should come from an idea from your first video. And the more videos you make, the more ideas you'll have percolating in your head. And that's what I've done for my entire life. I've created over 100 info products in different niches. And I use this, what I call a heuristic process, to uncover more ideas with every product that I create. And I know that you can do that too. I know that you can do it. So keep that in mind, and I hope that'll help you come up with some new ideas, some great ideas for more videos to produce. Okay? Good.